We're going to be back again next week with more teams to showcase coming from Southeast Asia. And now we're jumping to the second game on the blue team, no breaks, from Singapore, Ryzen. The only guy that's in the Singapore team, but is actually from Malaysia. And he's the captain as well. Playing as an Uther, we also got Stitches being played by Hiroshige. Jaina, going to be played by Capricorn. Rainer, going to be played by Ryle as Benalis. Muradin being played by Yu Yang as usual. And on the red team, Mith.Heroes from Thailand. Loda, the captain there, going to be playing as the Feldstad. And you also see Arthur is being played by Bank of Belix. Next up, R5 playing as the, let's see, some issue here. They actually left the game. Let's see if they are able to reconnect. The R5 as the very nice looking Anup Arak there. And Vala being played by TNK. Last but not least, we have Ice Frost onto the Brightwing. The whole team just left the game. Maybe they had some issue there. Let's see. Okay, I think that, yeah. There we go. So it's going to be a remake. Right, so that's interesting. Let's check. Let me check what's going on here. But yeah. Alright, seems like they have some bug issue there. The talents were locked. They're going to leave the game and remake. Okay. Okay, so we are now going in for a remake. Again, it's going to be Garden of Terror. Alright, let's get this game going. Alright, still gonna try and invite them. Okay, they're here somehow. Alright, that's good. Okay, now I have the heavy duty of swapping them into the right teams. And that's actually very difficult because I don't know much of these guys here. And yep. That's it. Once again, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. We have got 5 games effectively. Best of 5. May not go all the way down to the wire. Unfortunately, they got talent gated, and that's why the remake. But yeah, we're still gonna have a very interesting match tonight. Alright, so here we go. Garden of Terror. They are gonna pick up the standard picks here. So no drops, they're gonna pick the same heroes. You know, being talent gated is a very big problem for them. Obviously, they're not gonna pick the right talents if they're talent gated. So the remake was warranted in that sense. Now, the moment all 10 heroes are ready, we should start. So we got, let's talk a little bit more about the draft here. We got effectively, I think, Uther. Yep, here we go. Okay, we got Uther, Muradin, Stitches, Jaina. And I do believe the last pick there is the Rainer. Right. Rainer from the blue team. That's no breaks. And for the red team, we got Mith.Heroes. And Mith.Heroes, they also pick a very interesting lineup. They got a Hinterland Blast from Feldstad. And they also have got the Anubarak utility to work with. Personally, I think Anubarak is actually one of the better heroes in terms of utility. He's got 2 stunts, 1 good escape mechanism to work with as well. Some very, average kind of a tank. But yeah. So this time around, the red team, same. It's going to be Mith.Heroes, and on the blue team, no breaks. Capricorn playing as the Jaina again. Ryzen is going to be playing as the Uther. We got Yu Yang onto the Muradin. Rai playing as the Rainer, last but not least, Hiroshige onto the Stitches. And on the red team, Loda as the Feldstad, Bank of Belix as the Arthurs, R5 as Anup Arak. And TNK as the Vala. And that's it, last but not least, Ice Frost playing as the support right wing. Potentially going down south. Alright, so here we go. 6 forts on both sides all up, and it seems like they are going in for a bit of a gang. Now the blue team effectively gonna try and lay up some good area positioning in the mid lane. Red team knows what's up. They're not gonna go in and commit to this position. R5 tests out the area with a Impale. And we'll pull back. So no kills whatsoever in the first 30 seconds here. Alright, so in terms of favorable matchup, I'd like to say that at this point in time, I personally really like Mith.Heroes lineup. I think that the lineup there is it's kind of okay in the sense you have the burst, you have the tank going on, and effectively Arthas is more tanky than Stitches as well as Muradin. We have top lane, Capricorn takes the fall, great gangs coming out from Mith.Heroes this time around. It seems like the stuns are actually very, very nicely executed. You got 2 stuns from Adup Arang and 1 coming out from a Bank Obelix. So interesting to see that Bang actually rotated the role here, not playing to support. Hiroshige gonna get the ult stun this time around, and the second stun doesn't connect. Hiroshige, however, gonna drop really low, goes down again. That's 2 kills already for Mith.Heroes. And TNK might just be a little bit of trouble. Yu Yang landing the Thunderclap, misses the Stormbolt, will not do anything. Hungering Arrow is gonna land nicely on Yu Yang, and a little bit extra kiting coming up from TNK. And Bank and R5. You really like this position where you have your melee warriors just roaming and ganking. The seeds will spawn. Yu Yang effectively doesn't know he's in a lot of trouble. Here comes the Broken Canvas. The slow is going to be quite a fair bit there. The stun unfortunately doesn't connect with Capricorn. All 3 stuns doesn't connect on anyone there. Felt's going to pick up the other half of this top part of the seeds there on the Shambliss. Bottom half, you're going to have the blue team. 3 of them doing all the work. But what's nice to see is that you still have Ice Frost as well as TNK soaking up lane EXP. So they are kind of ahead in terms of 1 level right now, but still not very far away. No Breaks decides to come in onto the Terror down south, and we have also Hiroshige with a mock hook there. Will not connect. Unfortunately, Yu Yang is still in this area right now. Ice Frost gonna try and lands up harassment there. The whole team will pull back, and Yu Yang might just do away with the Dwarf Toss introductory session. Might just jump a good stun from Bank there. Unfortunately, it's not good enough. And there goes also the kill. And it seems like Anubis is seriously considering if he should jump in to try and save his teammate there. He jumps in at the end, lands a stun. And here comes Loda. Loda with the hammering also with a little bit extra kind of rod coming out. Hiroshige might just take the fall. Hiroshige goes down. And right now in a little bit of trouble, but should be okay. Bank gonna get killed up here by the Brightwing and will be fine. But what's nice to see is TNK still soaking up EXP on the top lane. Level 5 on both sides. Let's check in on the talents right now. We have very interesting talents being picked up on both sides. Stitches going for the standard slam build here. Not the most tanky Stitches we're going to see, and that's why he's not really going to have the very good positioning up there. Spikes another King coming out from Mother Warang, so that's fine. Really helping him this time. Bribing going for bribe, that means that you can see that they really want to get the NC's help to extend a little bit of extra advantage and push here. So level 6 going both sides real soon. So look for the talents there. Uther with some extra support and nothing special. Raynor standard stuff as usual. Felstead as well. Power there is definitely the one that Felstead wants to pick up. So that's a no kills whatsoever. 3 kills. No kills has happened in the last few minutes here, but 3 kills already on Mith.Heroes' side. And we're not gonna see much of an advantage. Level 7, they're gonna pick the talents right now. It's not really gonna matter a lot right now, but Frozen Tempest and the stun will connect. And Adubara follows up really nicely, picks up Jaina at the top of this match. Loda now a little bit of trouble. That's actually Muradin. You don't want to pick a fight with Muradin. That guy may be shot by Upac's punch. So it seems like Mith.Heroes is going to try and execute the top half snatch here onto the Garden Terror. They might just get the bottom half Terror is still intact. And Muradin going to swing by, gets hexed out by the Brightwing. They know what's up. They're not going to try and meddle here. Standard no-break situation. They're not going to commit right now. They don't have the level advantage. They're still going to try and catch up in terms of level. They do pick up the bottom half of the Terror, so that's still okay. Level 8 both sides real soon. We got a Siege Golem coming out here, and Yu Yang in a pretty interesting position in there. Thunderclap doesn't connect on anyone. And you also see the Siege Golem going to get picked up here by the blue team. And on the top half of this map, you can also see TNK pushing very, very strongly. Both towers are gone. and that's why they are so far away and ahead. Mid towers are still intact, bottom still as well. Checking the talents again. Very standard stuff. Rune Tap coming from Arthas. That's the standard build coming up from Arthas. Nothing special. And Venom as well. You get some extra damage. And it seems like Underbarok's going to try and go away with some extra slow there on the field. And it seems like Borrow Charge gets a little bit of extra buff there. And Arthas on the flip side, you know, Frozen Waste jumping, and they are also going to pick the level 10 heroic talents right now. Army of the Dead with the tank, Kill and Blood, Emerald Wind, Web Blast, and Strap. Web Blast being picked up is my question here. Because actually, I really like the fact that Anubara can actually go for Locust Swarm. I think Locust Swarm may not really do a lot of damage, but it can actually help you stay alive a little bit longer. And as a utility kind of guy, you really want to have that position. You really want to make sure they stay alive as long as you can. That's not the main... Oh, Web Blast does connect on Stitches. Stitches going to get call out here. And there goes the stun to follow up. Beautiful disconnection there. Or rather disengagement there from the rest of the blue team. Stitches will go down. That's the main reason I think why you go for Web Blast. Is to try and catch you know, those heroes out of position. But then again, Locust Swarm really helps him stay alive in most team fights. This is only working out right now because the blue team isn't sticking as 5s. But we'll see what kind of level of the Web Blast is R5 going to bring this camp. And they are also going for the user camp right now. Uther, the mount up, swinging by in this area in the mid lane. And I like the comment right now that Ice Frost really disciplined, staying down south this whole time, making sure that he soaks up some lane EXP right there. So resulting in the whole team for the red team is now at level 12, up to level 10 from No Breaks. For all of you guys just joining us, we're having a Southeast Asian showcase here, and hope you guys enjoy tonight's games. Best of 5 so far, 1 game up for No Breaks. And the score on the overlay may not show as such, but it is 1-0 in favor for No Breaks. That's it. We are also going to see No Breaks now congregating in the top lane. Hook will not connect Yoshiki. A little bit off form right now. And also going to see Loda doing whatever he can. Here comes the gank train and Capricorn leading the fray. Jaina. Playing some slow, but here comes the support. The stun is going to connect on both of them. Loda dropping very low, gets hooked in. Barra rolls away, now going to run away, but R5 should be okay. Unfortunately, the stun is thrown in the wrong direction. Even if it's thrown in the right direction, I don't think it's going to kill him there. Let's see. Yeah, but it's actually, it might connect because it will penetrate the first target here. Stun, he feels really nice connection here. Yu Yang might get caught here, but bang, bang. Alex doing a lot of work. That gets the stun again. Here comes the support. The second stun from R5 is going to slam, but Yu Yang is moving too thick here. He's going to be okay. Meanwhile, TNK behaving like a specialist indeed. He is pushing the top lane. He gets the fort, and is now going to be able to spiral into level 14 range. See also Felstep flying to the top half of this map. They've decided that they've got advantage in the top half. They are going to stay in the top half, and I really like that because they know that they've got the top lane actually addressed here. And R5 they've killed doesn't connect. Unfortunately, all 5 will try and congregate onto the Garden Terror. Or rather, the Chief Chamberlain here. Try to steal some seeds maybe? Nope, that's a stun and backs away. Flip side, the rest of No Breaks will nicely take care of the bottom Garden Terror and will pull back to the hard camp. The Crucible will pick that up and effectively also challenging the siege camp right here. Yang, a little bit of trouble. No stun whatsoever. A little bit too slow coming from Bank of Alex, but I think it should still be okay to try and deal some damage on the gate, but will not get much damage. So again, best of 5. Game 2, Game 1 did go to No Break. The score is 1-0. I know you may not see on the screen there, but yeah, the score is 1-0 right now. And here comes the Garden Terror from both sides, and we have the Arthas in the Terror for the red team. The blue team, we have Stitches in that one there. And you can see already Bank of Alex looking for some extra space to push it. He gets ganked out by all 5 with No Breaks. This is where it gets really serious. One mistake, it may be too much for the whole team to bear. The Terror down to 50% health already. Still 1 minute up, and you don't want to lose the Terror right now. Ice Frost gets hexed out there. Great positioning there to really land those stuns. And Bank of Alex jumps out. Hit Kill and Blast doesn't connect on more than one. Web Blast is going to lock the Garden Terror in place. Here comes the stun from Jaina. Perfectly executed Bank might just go down. Lands the extra army of the ghoul there. Might just stay alive right now. Is in a lot of a bad position. Yu Yang's jumping in. The Golden Terror hammering away, and he's gonna go down. Yu Yang right there. A little bit of trouble right now. Might just drop as well, but that's gonna be 2-4-3, and we have still the R5 in hot pursuit of Capricorn. Not gonna pick up the kill. We've also got Rai playing as, or rather Rai playing as the Rainer there, and also Hiroshige on the Terror. The Terror so far not very effective, but you can see that the extra say the skill here, or rather just Plun, doing some damage to most of the tower as well as gate, and R5 gonna be okay. Now everyone gonna try and pull back. Level 15 on both sides. Seems like we've got a replay going on. Right, so here we go. And it does seem like that Bank of Balix is doing whatever he can to try and nicely wall out them. But you can see that a great area is where most of the hexes are being used, and TNK coming from behind, not very effective. The web blast a little bit too slow in that sense. It should have been used a little bit earlier, but this is where the biggest mistake happened. The Felstad missing the hinterland blast, and also you could see that you have the extra stun coming out from Jaina. And that's it, everything went down south for Mith.Heroes here. Back to the real game. We can also just witness Bank of Balix dropping very quickly. TNK with the strap doing minimum damage behind him. Kill connecting on 3. And here comes Ice Frost with the Emerald Wind. That's going to try and buy some space here to try and wall out Hiroshige. Great. This placement skill. The Web Blast mounting a big web there for the Stitches. Stitches a lot of trouble there. Impale's going to slow him into a stun. And R5 might just go for the kill. And he picks it up really, really nicely. So 3-for-1 exchange so far. Myth might just find themselves a window back to action here. Although in the last team fight, or rather the team fight in the replay there, you can see that it's actually very good positioning from the blue team, but still they're not able to do much of anything in that instance, because they also suffered a lot of damage coming in from the Uther, or rather not Uther, the Vala, the Strep. You also see some extra damage coming in from Athos, the Ghoul there, and effectively they were actually kind of thrown in a bit of a disarray. We don't know whether to see this kill all the way back. Now tough, gonna have the Terror gone, and the seats will go to Mith.Heroes again, and it seems like you're kind of content not contesting the other Terror. Let's see, the Terror is growing on both sides right now. Do not at this point in time, if you do pick up any more seats, it's actually still gonna count. You may not have an indicator showing, but it's still okay. Great Team Terror gonna get spawned out here, and again you're gonna have Bank the Arthas into the form of the Terror. And this is where I think the blue team might just lose out here. They don't have a Terror to work with. The Terror is ready in just 50 seconds. He will go away. They'll lose 100 seats. That's a lot of damage to them. And a Hinterland Blast very badly done coming from Loda. Unfortunately not connecting there. R5 jumps in. Great Baru charge. Still no follow-up there. Again, Jaina missing the stun. A lot of skills missing today. And Yu Yang jumps in with the Dove Toss. Impale connects nicely. And Felstag is thrown all the way up to the moon there. Great stun again from R5. And again, you can see Arno Barok doing whatever he can. Ryzen missing out the stun there. And Capricorn very low already, but Bank of Balix doing whatever he can to knock into the skull to Stitches. Stitches does go down. And they will also try and pursue on extra matters down south here. And that's it. The Terror is going to go in just about 10 seconds. They might lose the Terror here. Oh boy. 6 seconds. I think Capricorn's got it. Yeah. Very, very close. Clutch timing from Capricorn. If they deny the TP, I think Mith.Heroes doesn't realize that, but if they deny the TP, they would have definitely been able to deny this Terror coming out. But now what's going to happen is that the blue team's going to have extra time on the Terror for the next 1 minute. Or rather for 1 minute more than the red team's Terror, and that's not really good for them. See how we have Capricorn playing very defensively. Also you see the small little hacks there happening on the TNK. Plant's gonna get destroyed. It's Plant's getting destroyed all day, every day. Not very surprising. Bank gonna try and wall out most of these members here. Do note that the C there, or rather Sprawling, doesn't affect the Golden Terror. Now level 17 to level 18, and it's just knocking on the. This is now no bricks turn to push here. They're really pushing very aggressively. Because instead of going for, really control the shoulder vision, I'd say, they actually go for a push. So Ryzen jumps in, great Divine Storm, Hinterland Blast gonna connect on 2 right now. Ryzen, a little bit of trouble there. That said, Bank is still gonna get a little bit extra damage, but he gets eaten alive by Hiroshige, and Ryzen might just go down. Frozen Tempest picks up the kill. R5 misses the stun, unfortunately. Behind enemy lines, you have Capricorn and Rai doing all the damage. Yu Yang still alive somehow. 3-man stun from R5. trying to save Bang some time. Bang might still go down at the end. No, he's gonna be okay. Yu Yang gonna try and do something there. Glove toss again. That guy doesn't know. You know, he just filled his standing board jump. But yeah. So R5 now gonna try and buy some time. Capricorn gonna get stunned again. R5 a little bit of trouble. He actually used Barrel Charge to run out. And do note that Anubarok isn't really the most tanky guy in this whole game. He goes down. 4-for-1 exchange. Very, very bad exchange rate here. It's almost like the new SGD to USD, but I don't know. So that's a 4-to-1 exchange. Level 19 for no break. Somehow they again buy themselves the space back into this game. You have the sprint. You have the maximum talent being channeled into the slam there from Stitches. And Rewind again up on Muradin. It's really nice to see. Heavy Impact also can try and land some stun. That's pretty good. Rewind up on Brightwing is really what I like to see. But it's interesting to see that Felset didn't go for the Rewind build. Instead goes for Overdrive and Thunder Strikes. So I think that's not really working out for him, unfortunately. I really like the Rewind build on Felset a lot because I think that's going to help him cycle his skills a little bit more. But yeah. That's it, level 19 both ways. Still a very dead and even game right now. Except for the fact that the red team's mid lane 4 is gone. Right, so here we go. They're just knocking on the camps from both sides. Effectively scoring the same camps at the same time. The only main difference right now, what Mith.Heroes needs to do is make sure that they actually win the next team fight. And I think it's actually not that hard. They just make sure that they channel the skills properly. And Luda's Hinterland Blast has been a little bit questionable for the whole of today. TNK, haven't really seen much of anything coming up from them. Let's check on his skills. Yeah, it's the standard Vala with the strap. You know, damage-wise, I think that he does maximum damage from the whole team, but they don't feel it. Because he's not really able to kill anyone, and if you don't kill anyone, it doesn't really count as damage. What you want to make sure is to kill your enemies before they are able to recycle the second skill set. Right, we'll see what's going to happen from there. So level 90 on both sides. Maybe blue team's going to get a level 21st. Great Terror spawning, coming out from Bank again. That's going to be Arthas, the same guy. Capricorn this time around. That's actually going to be the Jaina in the God Terror for the blue team. So very different from Hiroshige being the usual tank going for God and Terror position. So now they're not going to have an extra assassin to work with. They may have an extra tank, but I don't think it's really going to help them a lot. Maybe they realize that they want Stitches a lot more than the Jaina. Jaina's skills have been missing kind of terribly for this whole game. Here comes the jump. Yu Yang jumps in, connects on 3 really nicely. There goes the stun again, the chain stun, the rewind, and TNK is not gonna run away. Ice Frost there with the Emerald win, but it gets cancelled immediately by Capricorn. Very nicely done. Ice Frost might just go down. The Emerald Brightwing is still not gonna do anything. Now Bank of Belix is in a lot of trouble right now, and that's it. A whole team disintegrated just like that, and Bank might just go down. That's going to reveal the Arthas inside, and I don't think Arthas is going to be okay. Waiting for the time on the stun, and here comes Arthas, but he gets stunned out immediately. Great timing again from Capricorn, and Bank this time around nowhere to run. He goes down as well. 3 for nothing exchange, and completely in favor for no breaks. Level 20 on both sides, but you can see that Capricorn's timing on that Hex was really, really perfect. It cancelled the Emerald win. It cancelled most of the skills coming out from the Ray team. And thanks for the information from Vexy. Seems like Felset does not have rewind post-patch. My bad on that part. But yeah. So that's it. Now the Git's going to go down. Maybe the Fort also might go down here. And nice hook on R5. Baruchach denied. He's not going to have the chance to run away. Felset, the only thing that's still alive right now. Capricorn going to respawn as Jaina. The Fort is going to drop. And 50 seconds before we're going to see the likes of Anubarak again. And 16 seconds before Arthas comes back. They're going to have all the space here to push the top lane. However, they find themselves in a little bit of trouble right now. Because actually the top lane isn't really pushed from the beginning. But I can actually try and push from behind. I think that should still be fine. Now TNK with the grenades there. Going for multi-shot talents. Let's see. Yep, so with the Arsenal and Frost Shot, I think it should still be okay. He actually goes for Rancor, which helps with attack speed a little bit more as compared to the normal, casual other talent that most Valas pick up. But yep, so blue team decides to pull back, knocks out the Fort, And the towers at the top lane secures himself one level advantage against the raid team. And no break so far, very, very far ahead. 19 minutes in, almost 20. We have 14 kills is to 12. The kill count's very close. The map looks very, very different though. We have only 1 fort standing for the raid team and 3 forts standing for the blue team. And no breaks now knocking on to this set of siege camp with Hiroshige leading the fray. And we have also Bang just nicely snatching away the seats right under the nose of the Stitches there. Stitches not going to get the camp, it seems. R5 going to challenge the camp. And this is where we might have Myth in a little bit of trouble if the rest of No Breaks comes in. But they are actually a little bit carried away on the top half here, knocking under the terror. They're wasting no time there. Meanwhile, for Mith.Heroes, the decision from the team is to try and make sure that they secure these camps, which they nicely do. So they get the camps, but they are also going to lose the top camp, so I have no question asked there. Now they're going to knock on to the Terror. Raid Team Terror is going to spawn. And Ice Frost is going to have the extra advantage. 9 seconds left. Capricorn. Yep, he's going to be in place there waiting for the Terror to spawn out. And they're going to have that to work with. So again, they do realize that with Jaina and the Garden Terror is going to be a lot more useful. I'd like to see what's the pick up for the level 20. It's actually going to be the Bolt of the Storm. So that's actually very good. So what he could do is he could actually hook someone. And then gorge him, and then Bolt of the Storm behind enemy lines completely, and you will not have anything to work with in that sense. So team's not going to jump into safety. I don't think they will, given the fact that the mobility on Mith.Heroes is not really perfect. Great dodge onto the Hex there. Yu Yang jumps from behind again, locks down the Loda. Loda, a little bit of trouble right there. And a rewind with the second dwarf toss, some stuns again. And Avatar landing right there. The Impale landing in a separate direction. R5 with the Barrow Charge as well. Bang now gonna try pull back. Hit the Lamb Blast, connects only Hiroshige. Ice Frost doing some work against the Sisters there, but it's not gonna get anything off. TNK on the flip side, not very perfect. And there go Ryzen. You can also see Divine Sum connection to really big aura there as well. And then we have also the Straff from the Vala doing some work. Rainer popping the Adrenaline Rush. Bang, still alive somehow. Hiroshige with the hook misses terribly. Bang, still alive. The whole team on Mith.Heroes, they are all still alive right now, but Ice Frost might just lose the Terror. And here comes again the Brightwing. Brightwing now is going to try and make something happen. That's going to be hexed out. Rai gets stunned by R5. R5 a little bit of trouble. He gets clobbered in by Capricorn. Capricorn still alive here as the Golden Terror. 4 men down on no breaks, but still Golden Terror still up and alive here and doing maximum work against Brightwing. You can see that Banana is being thrown out here as the animation from the skin, but Capricorn is trying to buy his teammates some time for respawn, and Bank is doing his best to also deal some damage on the Golden Terror without much of a real assess in the area. They cannot do anything. Felstaff flies back down. TNK as well. 4 men alive. This is where they really have to go ahead with the lead. The Hex is not going to go on to TNK. Great sidestep coming up from TNK as well. And now you have the haze coming out from the Terror, but the Terror is still going to be a little bit of trouble there. Bang with the stun, connects beautifully, but no follow-up. They're not going to go in for the kill. That's it. The blue team is still dead. 16 seconds before the whole team comes back. Muradin is back, Uther is back, and in 2 seconds, Stitches is going to be back. Blue team also loses their very own Garden Terror, also going to try and pull back. Now the Raid team finds themselves in a very unfavorable trade. They're not able to kill the Garden Terror in time. They're not able to try and force a desync in the whole team and really just make sure that they don't have all 5 to deal with at any point in time here. The top fort is down all the way to just about 5% right now. And Nubarak doing whatever he can to try and kill the siege golems. He does that really nicely. And that's it. Arthas takes the fall. Ice Frost, a little bit of trouble right now. Emerald Wind will proc, but Yu Yang jumps in. And this is bad. The Hinterland Blast will not connect. Bad timing. And that's it. Ice Frost now going to get gorged in by a blinked in Hiroshige using Bolt of the Storm. Ice Frost will go down. 2 men down. 46 seconds before Arthas comes back. R5 is going to have to tank out most of this damage on a full 5-man no breaks team right now. No breaks, not going to risk it. Going for the top fort. That's at 5%. They should be able to get it. They get it. And that's at level 23 right now. Knocking onto the tower as well. They might get level 24. Nope, they're not going to get it. All right. So this is where No Breaks has to decide if they really want to push right now. 38 seconds before Brightwing. They can't push, but they don't want to make any mistake. And Rai right now is also going to try and mount up and pull back. They decide to go for camps. That's a very safe play. They don't have to commit right now. They know that they may not necessarily end up on the right side of this trade. Although I do think that they should still be okay. In that sense, we have a 68 sit count against the 32 sit count in this game right now. And you have the siege camp being picked up by the blue team. Anoop not going to do anything. They cannot do anything. We're going to have a replay. So here we go. This is what happened. You have R5 jumping in, killing Rai, but a clobber coming in from Capricorn just nicely killed him there. And also you see Capricorn. This is where they have got actually a full 40 seconds to push. But because Vala was so low on health, she actually had to pot back. Same goes for Feldstad. And they have to also fly back here as much as they can. And that is the main reason why they're not able to do anything. Those 40 seconds were precious, but they wasted it, and they lose the top 4 as a result. Right now, you also see that the area is being secured by both blue and red team respectively on the top and bottom half of this map. And now you also see the Bruiser camps coming in. The Garden Terror going to get picked up. And Ice Frost now going to be the Garden Terror for the team. That's actually, I think, the Brightwing again. Yep, it's the Brightwing. Okay. So what actually worked out for Myth in the last game, or rather last team fight, was the fact that you have Ice Frost as the Garden Terror instead of Arthas. So they decide to go for tank as well. Hiroshige uses Bolt to run away, misses most of those stuns there. Here comes a Divine Storm from behind. TNK goes down first. Yu Yang there, also jumping in from by R5. Lets the stun only on Reina. Reina gonna get healed up by Ryzen, but it's not gonna be good enough, and that's it. Also, you're gonna see the Feldstad dropping. Myth.Heroes dropping. Ice Frost not doing anything. R5 is in a lot of trouble. Impale connects only on 2. And that's it. Also, Yu Yang comes in. Dovta is not going to connect in this instance. He's not going to have that to work with. And two men still alive on Myth.Heroes side. But you see that it's a 20 kills to 16 kill. Not much of a kill difference. But that whole map being pushed, the pressure is live. Coming out from no breaks. R5 doing whatever he can, but only R2D2 can save this game right now. 50% on the core, 30%, and R5 still distracting, but Capricorn hammering away. The core's gonna drop, and game 2 will go to no breaks. What a game it is, and that's it. Very, very close level, very, very close game, I think. In general, you have a very interesting game here today. In this game 2, I really like this game because it's very close. But what's different is that you have very focused pushing strategy coming out from team No Bricks, whereas for team Myth.Heroes, they don't have that. They were able to win some team fights, they're not able to win most of them. And some questionable hinterland blasts in the early half of this game really secured the problem for them. We also have a replay in the last few team fights, so let's check in on that. So this is where you have a problem coming in. The Divine Storm on R5 on Bank, and also you see the stun on the Yu Yang, TNK, quickly. This is my favorite play for this whole game here, because this is the one that Myth.Heroes was able to execute very nicely. Hiroshi gave the stun, not able to do anything. And Bank setting up an area again with the Frozen Tempest. Loader dropping very low, R5 dropping very low, Vala as well, but they are all not dead. Capricorn, yeah, this is where you see R5 killing Rai, and this is also where R5 died. And yep, so that's the replay there. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this cast. We still have more games. It's a best of 5 for tonight. We'll be back again in just a short while. So don't go anywhere. Hope you guys enjoyed this cast. If you do follow me on facebook.com/BabelCast. That's it. See you guys in a while.